gangster fam, that's what they call me. Promise that.
What it do, man? BY3 the hallway. Y'all make sure y'all go like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good shit. Live from 85, back at it again, man. The realest one on the net. Boss Talk of Business. Subscribe to the channel. Like these videos, share these videos. Don't skip no ads. Alright, man, let's get right to it. I want to talk about Kwame Brown. I want to talk about Judge Joe Brown. Man, Judge Joe Brown a real dude. And you know, everybody they talk about him and they act like he talking a language that don't nobody understand. And they act like he going senile. Like I've seen some interviews where people try to downplay him, and I'm like, man, this dude is just being him. He's a man. He's a real dude. And I agree with a lot of things he said on there. You know, men aren't being men today. I don't know what's going on. It's like everybody wanna turn a black man to a female. Like, what's going on? We don't wear nail polish. We don't wear dresses. We don't do that, man. Our instinct is to do what we supposed to do. And that hit me when he said that, bro. Like, you said, and I don't want nobody to go watch the video and don't, you know, you can't say that I started this because of him. You feel me? This just happened. He just happened to say this. Near the end of the video, he said, man, you do what you're supposed to do. And every time I end the video, what I say, man, do what you're supposed to do, not what you want to do. That means something, like for real. So let's talk about some of the things he talked about. He talked about what happened with Dr. King. He talked about man, he talked about a lot of things, man. God, he talked about a lot of things. He even talked about the vice president, boy. And you see, I ain't even saying no names. You know, yeah, y'all know who the vice president is. Man, he was saying some things, bruh, and I'm gonna tell you, I don't think he was lying about none of it, cause he was around. You know, that just don't make. You can't just turn yourself to a judge. You know, he went to law school and all that. He was around. Y'all heard the stories he was saying when they brought him in and were trying to impress him with the money, that, you know, he was being introduced to people, but they didn't know that he had already knew them. He said one of them in particular, you know, he was like, you want to tell them how we met each other? And, you know, everybody just turned red in the face. I'm like, man, this dude is solid, man. He a real dude. And he even touched on the law and how, you know, how sentencing go down and how people scream they real and all this and all that, and, you know, being in the cell with their homeboys, and then as soon as they get in there, it don't even be 5 minutes and they, you know, they spilling their heart. Or like when, what else he say when it came? Okay, like with the laws they made. He said it was in different time periods, you know, because people love to talk about the law, what was it, 1990, 91? I'm not for sure one of them. But he said nobody's talking about the one in 87, you know, that they really hit people. Or the one that go back to the 70s, like he broke it down in decades. It's like he was being precise with what he was saying. And basically said, you know, what can somebody do to me now? I'm not in that world no more. I'm an old dude. He said I could file for Social Security if I wanted to. You know, I said, man, you know, this is crazy. That's what you call they slipped up and let a real one in and didn't know it. You feel me? A real one can always creep through the door. And you heard what he said about Ellen, how she was just mean, how he said the rumors that people say are true about her. And what did he say? 90%. Was it 90%? Or 85%, man. Don't quote me on that. When it was 85 and 90, it was a high number. Or wicked and stuff like that. I said, man, dude is really letting people know. And you see these pictures I'm posting up. Man, who, you know, being, you know, the dude we seen on TV that was forced to hand down certain sentences to people. Cause like he said, this is what the law, you know, this is in his, that's the only thing he can do. As far as the bill that's made, you know, he can only base it on the bills and everything that's passed. You feel me? You know, sentencing you up to a higher amount or a lower amount, the lowest that you would possibly get. I forgot how you put it in court language, but yeah, man, he was breaking it down though. I was like, man, it's crazy. You know how people work for 10 cents, that's free labor. But I ain't gonna get into all that. Y'all can go watch my parchment video that I made about the prison down here and what was going on. I'm pretty sure I put some pictures in that video or another video, something. You can go check that out. But yeah, man, he broke it down though. And talked about Charlemagne the God and talked about, where that name originated from. That's what I'm saying. Like, dude was he articulated himself very well, you feel me? And said that he challenged everybody on the Breakfast Club to a debate, neutral territory. So, so you don't come with nothing. I can't get ganged up on by your big Breakfast Club audience, and we can have a rational discussion and basing on the facts and put it out there on the table. What do you say? You don't want to get beat by this old man. I hope young men around go watch that video and watch the whole. It's a 2-hour long video, but you need to really watch the whole thing because it really puts in a nutshell how the day is, how the day was, and how the day probably will go on until tomorrow, the future. But that's my thoughts on it. Kwame Brown said a lot of stuff, but Judge O'Brien, he did the talking. He was the main thing, you feel me? And he broke it down very well, from movies to politics to TV. People just need to go watch that video. And I give a lot of respect to him. Shouts out to him. Like I say, young black men, old black men, anybody really, because like I say, man, that video was not for a certain race. It's for everybody. Everybody need to go watch that. Because like he say, the things that are going on, you can base it off color and all that, but at the same time, we live in the same government. We live in the same place. We still gonna get the same law. You know what I'm saying? It's still, either way you want to cut it, it's still gonna revolve around us as a whole. So I suggest everybody go watch it, man. BY Through the Hallway. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good shit. I'm gonna hit y'all another one real soon. Go subscribe. Men, hold up for you. Do what you're supposed to do, not what you want to do. And I'm out.